This is Warrior Cats, The New Beginning, a roleplay on the Minecraft forums. Detail. The New Beginning is the name so far of this roleplay. After we hit 150 pages, I will think about making another one, or continue this one. The story of the world of clans, where you will become a warrior and fight for your clan and obey your leader. You will begin your life with a clan or no clan. Shadow Clan, Thunder Clan, River Clan, and Wind Clan. We are more focused on Thunder Clan. You will be born to cats or join the clan as you were maybe a loner. Now it begins with the new story. Let the warrior code rule your hearts. Thornstar, leader of Thunder Clan. Tom. Thornkit was born to Bramblestar and Squirrelflight, who later died and had to live with the rest of the kids in the nursery. When he was an apprentice, he followed his mentor all the time. Sunstar, like Thornpaw, had honored him much. When Thornpaw became Thornpelt, he protected the camp all night at his vigil. After a couple moons, Sunstar honored him as their deputy, died, and told Sunstar for Thornpelt to become deputy. And Sunstar did so. After many moons, Sunstar lost his last life and taught Thornpelt to lead his clan well. And Thornpelt did so, beginning his 9 lives and his leader name, Thornstar. Looks exactly like Bramblestar, but with a scratch at his eye. There's a scratch on his left eye, and is long-haired. Darkpaw, outcast, Tom. Darkpaw never knew his parents. He was found as a kid by a warrior of a Shadow Clan. He was allowed to join the clan. He began his life and aspired to become the leader of Shadow Clan, and his mentor was brutally murdered by another Tom in a fight, and someone from Shadow Clan blamed him on it. He soon was cast out of Shadow Clan, and has lived on his own for 3 moons. Black with green eyes, white streak on his back, short hair.
Too bad the series is also overlooked. I've read the first and half of the second books of the original series.
Moonkit. Kit. She. A blue-gray tabby kitten with a black nose. Moonkit's eyes are going to stay blue forever. Hollykit. Kit. She-cat. She has an auburn pelt with blue eyes.
I'll just start killing humans.
Hollykit thrashed around in the nursery, having a bad dream. She finally woke up and stretched. I walked towards Moonkit and smiled. She was cute. Thornkit came leaping over and licked Moonkit.
Hey, Hollykit. This is when Thornkit was forlorn. You should have an app how many moons your character is.
Hollykit looked at Thornkit and smiled. Hello, Thornkit. How are you? Good, Thornkit mewed. Sunstar called for his clan. All cats old enough to catch their come beneath the high rock. Sunstar mewed as Cat sat down looking up. Tomorrow is the gathering we expect Shadow Clan, Wind Clan, and River Clan, and us Thunder Clan, he mused. All cats dismissed. Moonkit opened her eyes. Where was Thornkit? She got up and stretched. Hollykit, where is Thornkit? I ran out and jumped on the high rock. But that's not a meeting. A meeting is when you announce something that people don't know. And so you will be tested for goodwill, I pronounced, smiling. Hollykit, get down! Sunstar watched as the kid walked down the high rock. Moonkit bolted outside and crashed into Sunstar, taking both of them to the ground. Oops, sorry, Sunstar, she says, getting up. There was a leaf on the back of her neck, and she spent several minutes in a fruitless attempt to get it off. Get it off! Get it off! It's gonna kill me! Get it off! She shouted, still trying to get it off. Thornkit tackled the lead, laughing. Moonkit, how many moons are you? Thornkit looks up at her.
English accent.
I walked back to the nursery and sighed. I hated Sunstar. He is so annoying. I sighed. Okay, I thought, yelling at myself would get me nowhere. What I need to do is figure out why she won't let me up there. I am still a better leader than her. Thornkit walked down and fell asleep in the nursery. Seeing as how Thornkit managed to sleep on me, I pushed him off, climbed on a rock in the nursery, and slept there.
Yeah, sorry I didn't reply. I was busy at an all-out TF2 match. Smiling face. And this is back in the time when Star is a kid that I have a post already for when you guys get back to normal time. Smiley face. And it took the long paragraph that I meant to say for later. I think we won't be back to normal time till election comes, so yeah.
Two, she said quietly, but I am a good kit. She bounded over to the high rock and looked up at it. It was as tall as a pine sapling's, working on the third season cycle. Very tall. She walked around to the path up and put her paws on it, then her other, and another, and one more, and began slowly climbing. As if Sunstar didn't already know she was up here, her paws slipped and suddenly she was hanging from the overlook. When you were up there, it was a lot taller. Claws grasping the stone to keep herself in, even then and barely able to stay on the rock. Her eyes were wide and pupils dilated. Why did I have to come up here? She asked herself. Her claws slipped out of the hole it found, and suddenly she was hanging by one paw that was slowly sliding off. Ollykit sensed something in trouble. I ran outside to see Moonkit on the stone. Slipping, I ran to her, ignoring the anxious shrieks of the other cats. I scratched Sunstar as she tried to get me up, and I ran up the stone. I picked up Moonkit and hauled her over the stone. Afterwards, I petted and laid it down.
Shadow Bell, kitty pet named Sylvester or Lester. Wounds 45, rank warrior, gender time. Comes from winter-clad, a traveling cat that often goes through the two lake cities. Disappear after a month. They were mostly interrelated and are seen as kitty pets by most other clans, despite always leaving after a month. Tuxedo-patterned cat still wears a collar given to him by two legs. The words were scratched out other than Sylvester. He's based on the wandering clan that passed by my neighborhood. All the cats really looked alike. I took one in and pretty much everything medically necessary done to him, though he seemed to have already had at least 2 litters under his belt despite his youth. Just said in the bio, he and all his clan members were infested by neighborhood all vanished one day, never seen again. Then the mass migration, I believe, seemed they were a nomadic clan.
Still shocked from her near injury might have been fatal experience, Moonkit didn't pay attention to the fact that she had been saved. Who had saved her? Only that 1 second she was slipping. The next sprawled out of the rock. A black cat had come to know as Moon Knight picked her up by the scruff and carried her up to its nursery, then left. Moonkit assumed that she was going to come back with Hollykit, curled up and fell into a sleep riddled with nightmares about the day her mama was taken from the clan and killed. How her brother Shadowpaw had died saving her from an ambush, and how Midnight had come and taken her under her paw.
Midnight is a badger.
I glanced at Midnight and she left. I loved Midnight better than anyone in the whole world. I ran up to her and hugged her. She rumphed, and she fell together. I said, giggly. Sunstar sighed as the kits glanced, and Thornkit, who followed them later, she was falling, and the moon rose, and Thornkit knew it was time for him to be in her presence. As they climbed the high rock, Sunstar called for a meeting. All cats old enough to catch their own prey stand beneath the high rock for a meeting. Sunstar then glanced at Thornkit. Until you get your own warrior name, You will be Thornpaw, a brave apprentice, and your mentor would be me. Thornpaw looked at the chanting cats. Thornpaw! Thornpaw! He looked excited and hopped down from the rock. As any kept 6 moons, Sunstar nodded and dismissed the meeting, and Thornpaw went to train.
Totally OT, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is the longest word you can type that makes sense.
I'm sure it's not. She made a quick breath as she woke up. She was in the nursery. She sat up, her tummy growled. She had eaten since the last night when she had almost caught that mouse. Almost. Time was it? She looked out a small hole in the stone that faced west. No sun could be seen, so it was before sundown. She left the nursery and went to find something edible, and ended up catching flies to eat. Flies were an easy catch. In a swarm, you open your mouth and close it and crunch away. Pretty easy without a swarm to jump up and catch it in your paws. Thornpaw got back to camp and raced over to Moonkit. How many moons are you? Spirit asked.
I hate the word do and two just to make one not two. What?
2 moons, she answered, her gaze falling on a mouse. Shh, she whispered. I got this one. She pounced and closed her eyes as soon as she landed. Opening one eye, she had the mouse's tail under her paws. Did I just catch a mouse? Did I do it? Seems so. Thornpaw looked at her and smiled. Hollykit smiled as she entered the nursery. I'm 5.5 moons, I started to say. Another cat yowled in the distance. Failing to fight the urge, I run out to the noise. I stopped and gasped. Moonlight was dead. Moonkit heard the howl and quickly picked up the mouse, then ran to see what it was. She skidded to a stop next to Hollykit. Midnight's body lay in the moonlight, a hole in her neck. Just one hole. Moonkit didn't know about two-leg technology and dropped the dead mouse, then slowly rolled it to her. There you go, Midnight. Eat up, she said quietly, her voice cracking. She sat down and bowed her head. I'll miss you. Hollykit shook her head and tackled Midnight. Wake up! Wake up! I wailed, shaking her. My mom, Squirrel Fight, came over and gasped. Who could have done this? She gasped, laying next to Moonlight. 2 legs, I muttered, looking to a stick at a cylinder-shaped thing on the top. What is a cylinder-shaped thing with a stick? Did someone stab a cat in the neck with a Stahlhelm grenade? That is the only thing I can think of. Cat stabbing with a Stahlhelm grenade. They do hate badgers. Thornpaw came leaping over. Mintstorm!
Top Deputy.
I sent more patrols and had said to visit the island before gathering. We should go too. You have a vigil for Moonlight. Thornpaw put her on his back and trotted to the island.
If your mom is Squirrel Flight, then you are my sister. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sweet, always wanted a brother.
I tugged on my brother's tail. You can't go. Me and Moonkit are just kids. Plus, since when apprentices go to gatherings? Well, Mopole and Cherrypaw did. Thornpaw looked at the kids. Stay in the nursery with the queens. I am also turning a warrior soon. Thornpaw runs off to the nursery and goes to get his warrior name. Moonkit walked to the nursery and dug in a little patch of dirt to retrieve the toy that Two Legs gave to the cats. She stayed with them. Her mama had. When she ran away from Two Legs, she took the toy. And in her final moment, she gave the toy to Shadowpaw for them both. But Shadowpaw kept it with him because Moonkit was barely weaned. And Shadowpaw had left the toy to her when she died, saving her. Now she took the toy and put it in Midnight's paw and nuzzled her, crying the way cats do. Keep it safe, she told Midnight, then went back to the nursery and lay down in her bed. Thornpaw got his warrior name, Thornpelt, and took Midnight to the island. He sat her down, and the clan cats had a vigil for the wonderful Midnight.
How do you get warrior names so fast? That means we must have grown up too. Well, I guess so, and Moonkit would be 5 moons. And I would we be a medicine cat. Or a penance. Oh well.
I looked up at Leaf and smiled. Over the past 4 to 5 months,
She's 9 to 10 moons now, and when it's the 10th moon,
I glanced back to the mint patch. It looked beautiful.
blessed leaf pool does bend her holly leaf, so we're good.
Tomorrow would be my 10th moon. I'm so excited. Miss Leaf will become a queen, and I'll be a medicine cat.
Plus me and you are grandkids of Tiger Star. Jane Feather is now Mint Cat. He fooled before.
Thornpelt looked around and did chores as the new deputy.
Since the deputy died. Wait. I thought Holly Leaf was medicine cat. Oh well. Switching to first person for now.
I focused on the breeze around me. The leaves rustling in the wind. A fat squirrel ran past me, but I was too fast for it. My paw was on its back and claws digging into its skin. I dragged it back to myself in one smooth motion, then ate it, leaving only the tail as a memory that there had once been a fat squirrel here. I felt someone behind me, and gently turned my head to the side and opened one eye to find Ironkit, ready to pounce on my tail. I turned back and closed my eye, ready to play this game. The leaves rustled in a slightly different pattern as it moved through the air, almost silently landing, but my tail was no longer where it had been. He continually tried to catch it, but I evaded almost every one of his tries to catch my tail, except one. As soon as he caught it, he was off, convinced that he was ready to catch his own prey. 6 moons in a week. I had matured very much since I was a 2-moon-old kid. I picked up and went to the nursery. I hadn't become an apprentice yet, still trying to decide what I wanted to be. I was fast, clever, creative, and my silky, silvery blue coat was good for blending into the shadows. Now that most of my guard hairs had grown in, I sat down on my bed and stayed there for a while, thinking.
Guard hairs, flight feathers, spiny face. Oh, and in the wiki, Holly Leaf is a medicine cat, not Jane Feather. Oh, yeah, hi.
I walked back to the medicine cat den and took a catnap when Spotleaf came in to dream. Hi, Spotleaf, I yawned, stretching and getting up. Thornpelt had an interest for Moonkit since he was a kid. I'll have to choose a mate soon. I looked around at all the she-cats. Spotleaf then pushed Holly Paw back, forcing her into the dark forest. Hello, she stammered, my tail between my legs. Tiger Star pounced out of nowhere and I woke up. I was startled, and I walked out. I saw Thornpelt and smiled. Could be a perfect mate. Plus, he was handsome. I strolled by when Sunstar jumped with a high rock and called a meeting.
Promotion XP.
Cats of ThunderClan, today we wish our new deputy Thornpelt to have a mate. Sunstar looked at Thornpelt, who gazed up at Sunstar. I will choose soon, Thornpelt mewed, about to stand on a high rock. There's a prophecy. StarClan told me this. Thornpelt looked worried for his mentor. Would die. The sun will go down and the bristles of the thorns will rise. A new leader will be born and a fight of dark force will once again come. Thornpelt mewed, looking at Sunstar, who was shocked and actually said, I am retiring. For the sake of the clan, Sunstar said as something hit him. A group of rogues appeared and torn him apart as Thornpelt killed 2 of the rogues and the clan fought the rest. Sunstar! No! Thornpelt knew it was time.
You speed things up too much. Lost Mother doesn't glimpse of the past.
Hollyleaf stared in horror as the rogues killed Sunstar. I gasped and ran for cover. After the fight, Jay Feather was on the ground in my den, sleeping. He had suffered 12 scratches of the rogues, all at the belly. I shivered. Just to make it sunny outside, you needed a fire. I sighed and walked out. I saw Thornstar and smiled. Now's my chance. I'll walk up to him and touch my tail, too, on his shoulder. You wouldn't be possibly looking for a mate, have you? I'll take an offer. Thornstar looked at her.
Speed up's the past, so I'm guessing you're a warrior. Damn, I got Hollyleaf, the one that died from Dark Forest. No, medicine cat. Plus, day feather fall. Medicine cats don't fight.
I smiled. Well then, would you care to have a medicine cat as your mate?
Wait, hold on. Looks simple. Medicine cats can't mate, but they can run rare occasions.
But the code! Thornstall looked at her as the apprentice came running over Shadepaw.
The secret warrior. I leave me. Cool.
I glanced at him. You are practically the leader of the code. I understand, but it's like with our aunt, Deeppool, and running away with Crowfeather. Then walked back to the den and lay down. I wish Firestar was here. But he's dead. Thornstall watched Shadepaw flirt with Moonpaw, smirking a bit watching them. I then vomited. I was flirting with my brother? You! Anyways, I need an apprentice. I looked around and remembered Honeyfield's new batch of kids. They'll do. Plus, there's 6 moons. Shadepaw came over to Hollyleaf. Hey, Hollyleaf! So do you like Thornstall? Shadepaw then looked at Moonpaw and licked her.
I think Thornstall's new parents should be SkyClan, so yeah, they are not brother and sister.
New character. Name, Shadehawk. Wounds, 6. Rank, warrior, then kitty pet, then deputy, then leader. Gender, Tom. Bio, none. Appearance, a dark black long hair with one left paw that is white. Other, long-haired, smiley face.
Well, lad.
I nodded. He's cute, in a way.
Yeah, do you mind if I make an application for my friends?
I then looked at the Shadepaw and noticed that he stumbled on glass without knowing. I smiled and gestured for him to sit down. He sat down and I looked at her. What, the code? Alright, mind if I help a bit? Thornstall says that I am a great cat and I should help you. Shadeheart went to get more herbs and came back and helped some of the injured cats.
Sure. Also, doing like the warrior chapters where in the book you get to the next chapter it switches to another cat. Then the next chapter it switches to another cat. Oh, so right now you're Shadepaw? Stop promoting. We're in the future / present.
How does that work? I smiled. But you're already Thornstall's apprentice, right? I remember your sister.
Be right back.
No. Shadeheart looked at her, sat down and fell asleep.
I like Shadeheart. Smiley face.
New character. Name. Mintkit.
Soon to be mid-fall.
Moons. 6 moons.
Also, it's actually moon cycles. Bugs, smiley face.
Rank. Kit.
Soon be apprentice.
Gender. She. Bio. Sister of Shadepaw. She is loving and caring. She loves to help people after her parents died. She was always younger than Shadepaw, but didn't care. Appearance, she has blue eyes and a ginger pelt. Other.
I read the rules, so Pie, Bug, Smiley, something, roll eye, Smiley, Steve. I'll stay Moonpaw until she has kids, and I'll pick one of her kids. Besides, I think Moonpaw may be too much.
It was time. I decided to become a warrior. Time to speak with Thornstall about my decision, and about a mentor. I stopped in front of his office, opening and poked my head in. Thornstall, I've decided what to do. Alright. Thornstall poked his head out of his den and called for a meeting. He announces she will be Moonpaw, and her mentor will be Shadeheart. Shadeheart looked pleased and trained her well.
I'm guessing Thornstall mate will be Hollyleaf and Shadeheart's mate will be Moonpaw. Luke 81501. Luke is my real name. Nas!
Mintkit also pulled in. Knocking me down, I laughed and she did too. Her laugh was like a bell. Moonkit, I'm sure you'll be a warrior. I glanced at Thornstall. Right? Besides, I've chosen Moonkit as my apprentice. Yes, I'm apprenticing as a warrior, I said, glancing at Shadeheart. I couldn't wait for my training to begin. I heard something and twisted my ears towards the sound. It sounded like paws, dozens of them. marching towards us. From the beat of the paws against the ground, bum, bum, dump, bum, bum, dump. I guess they were carrying something. I leaned towards Thornstar. Cats, headed this way. Lots, all carrying something. I whispered. A battle cry rang through the air. Fire sticks landed amongst us. Cats came through the bushes and started attacking anything that was cat and kit-sized and moved. One landed on me. I rolled on top of him, flipped him around, and dug at his face with my teeth and stomach with my cat back claws. My front claws held him down. I then told the local clan gossiper that Mintpaw was my apprentice, and soon everyone knew.
Bullshit stats. Hey, unfair, 22%? Seriously? Sorry, my new reputation will grow over time. Right now it's at 22 because you're well known yet. I mean, you are. Besides, you'll get it like 33% plus over the next page. Well, okay, makes more sense now.
I threw my attacker to the side and jumped at a cat that was cornering Cloudleaf and her little kits. A claw came across my face, gashing my left eye. I closed it and delivered a bite to his neck and didn't let go until he stopped shaking. I tied a leaf around my eye to serve as a temporary bandage, and was jumped by 2 full-grown cats. I had got a closer look for a split second, thanks to 2 powerful back legs and claws, and recognized 2 of the cats who ambushed me. And Shade Paw, many moons ago, rage filled me with strength enough to defend myself. I flipped them on their backs and pushed them into a tree. I ran past Thornstall, slowing to gain just enough time to whisper, "Ambushes, doubles in size over many moons," to him before crashing into a large cat with red painted on his face, a cat nearly twice my size and all muscle. Too much for me to take. He soon had me pinned against a tree, his teeth edges close to fatal bite range, already near lethal range.
We already activated the roams, or else.
Mintpaw watched and jumped on the cat. "Die!" she yelled, scratching his neck and ending his life. Hollyleaf came over and inspected Moonpaw. "You are badly injured. Come with me to the medicine den and I'll clean you up," I said. Moving to my den, Mintpaw followed, blood on her claws. "Thanks, Hollyleaf," I said, realizing how bad my eye hurt. I followed her to the medicine den and took the leaf off, revealing an eye with a cut straight through it and blood-stained fur. The leaf resembled ivy, and I hoped it wasn't poison ivy. If it was, I was an idiot for not paying attention to what I had touched, and wrapped injuries and all. Tell me, I did not wrap my eye in poison ivy? I looked at her with a dead serious stare. You wrapped your eye in poison ivy and got scared because of that rogue. Your eye will be blind, I stated matter-of-factly. Thornstar comes walking over and puts some marigold on her other wounds and wrapped them in cobwebs. "Thornstar needs you," mewed Shadesheart, and she led her over to Thornstar.
Yeah, my characters have the highest reputation. Because you're the leader.
I started walking over with Shadeheart when I noticed Mintpaw playing with a dead mouse. I chuckled and looked ahead. "Thanks, Hollyleaf," I called as she left. I exited the meds den and walked inside the dark forest where I knew there was a clearing. I had been here once before as a young kid, so I entered the clearing. I looked at my surroundings. The clearing had the best source of light in the whole other forest, despite its small size. Had it been bigger, then maybe I'd still have Shadepaw with me. I sat down in the middle of it and stared at a tree with a slightly messed up root base. "I love you, Shadepaw," I said quietly, then left the forest and went back to the clearing. Where? I climbed a tree, sat on the top, watching the sun move across the sky.
Basically, more rep for me, JK. I assume we are using the same map as the book.
WonderClan makes their way from the two-leg suburbs. Led by Alistar, all the cats carried kits by the scruffs of their neck. They let the older kits walk on their own. The WonderClan knew that this land was owned by ThunderClan, as their scent was heavy. Whether they were hostile to the WonderClan was up to them. WonderClan quickly made it to the Sunning Rocks, surprisingly without setting off ThunderClan patrols. ShadowClan popped down the kit. Then sure if it was one of his own, and they stretched on the Sunning Rocks. I saw a cat sunning himself, but I was sunning myself on the tree now, so I closed my eyes and fell asleep in the warm sun. End current roleplay.